Hi, I'm Carolyn Anderson. I'm an alumni of the Rancho Cucamonga Rotary Club, and we're here today to commemorate the Rotary Club of Rancho Cucamonga's 50th anniversary. We're going to have a group of past and present members that talk about all the great things that Rancho Cucamonga Rotary does. For me, what's important about Rotary is the concept of service. Our motto is service above self, and that just speaks to my heart. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and welcome to the 50th anniversary of the Rancho Cucamonga Rotary.
Well, my name is Dee Matreyk. I've been in the Rotary since 2001, August, so I guess this is 19 years now. Wow. Well, my first love is Africa. So I saw Rotary as an opportunity really to kind of provide maybe an infrastructure to do some of the projects that I wanted to do just in life in general in Africa. And so throughout my Rotary history with the Rancho Cucamonga Club, we have delivered a container full of books to Africa.
A container?
How many books in a container? It was like 20 or 30,000 books, I think.
Wonderful.
That was quite an adventure. We have helped sponsor a school in the Mombasa area. We've put a well in for them so they could have fresh water. We've helped them sort of spruce up their classrooms and create a better environment so that the students could actually take their like exit exams right there at the facility instead of having to go somewhere else and pay a fee to take their exam, so they can sit in their own school and finish their high school time.
Yeah, I'm Dennis DeCower. Was a local CPA for many, many years. I've been retired for quite a few years now, and been a Rotarian for a long time.
So why did you become a Rotarian, Dennis?
I think a couple of reasons. One is I knew some people in the Rotary, and I was active and still fairly young in business, and I thought it would be great to get to know a lot of people who were engaged in service and prominent in the community. And I was always service oriented. From the time I was a very young dad, I started getting involved in coaching my kids in sports, and I've been active in church and helping in schools. So service was just a natural thing for me. Well, I think that the thing that I feel best about is I think prior to being president, really, I brought a project that the Morning Club had, which is the Target Christmas project, to our club. You know, they had asked for like some help with bodies because they were such a small club to service it, and we started providing funds. And I said, why don't we just get involved and co-partner this event with you? And it's been, you know, a great event, touchy-feely thing to be able to help underprivileged kids at Christmas time. So I think that's the one that's nearest and dearest to my heart. Well, the Target project allows each child to spend $100 on anything they wish, and no family member or guardian or anyone who is attached to the child does the shopping with them. They do it with a volunteer. It's usually either Rotarian or a volunteer that's associated to the Rotary, with the Rotary Club, like the Boy Scouts or something like that. And these kids, they go in, and it's really amazing. They'll buy some things for themselves, but one of the first things they do is to buy something for mom or buy something for a sibling. It's really heartwarming. I'm not sure my kids would have ever done that, but these kids are very, very cognizant of getting stuff for some others in the family as well. You know, it's touching, and when we look back at the pictures occasionally, I mean, it brings vivid memories back, and I think it's probably more beneficial to us than it is to them, really, because it just touches our hearts.
Awesome. Thank you, Dennis.
You're welcome.
May I introduce you to the Honorable Mayor Dennis Michael, a longtime Rotarian.
How are you?
Dennis.
How are you, Carolyn? So nice to see you once again. You know, Rick Nelson, who was a longtime member of Rotary Club, came to me when I was just about a year and a half after I was appointed fire chief for the city of Rancho Cucamonga. He said, Dennis, you need to join Rotary. And I said, you know, I've got so much on my plate. He goes, yeah, but it'd be a great thing. He says, your dad's a Rotarian. I think it'd be great to have the two of you in Rotary Club. And that was the first inspiration I had, as well as the inspiration of being able to help others that are less fortunate, to give back to the community, not only with my financial abilities, but my time and effort. So I joined, and as a result of that, I'm still a Rotarian, gosh, since 1985, so long time. I think the first memory I had was going down to Mexicali and spending time with the Rotary Club in Mexicali that were in need of having helping hands, help them to not only build some structures, but more importantly, to get water to a region of Mexicali that had no water, and they had to bucket the water into their little village. And so that was truly a wonderful time. A group of us went down, and the Mexican Rotarians there, we stayed in a little hotel, and they came up with fiestas and parties, and a lot of hard work during the day, but wonderful connectivity with the folks from Mexicali Rotary Club. That, and then my other favorite memory, that was one of service. My other favorite memory was of the Central Coast Classic, which Morro Bay Rotary Club put on every year. We found out about it, my father, myself, Terry Siegel, Dennis Muller. We would go up every year, camped out, and at a campground up in Morro Bay, and played in their golf tournament, and there was huge competition between the Morro Bay Rotary Club and our Rotary Club, and more times than not, we ended up bringing home the trophy.
My name is Diane ONeal, and I'm a proud member of the Rotary Club of Rancho Cucamonga since 1999. Well, Diane said, you know, why don't you come to a meeting and try it? There were so many wonderful people in this club. I've never, Rotary is such an extension of life itself and all the good things there are. People open and welcoming, and making sure that every single one of your own needs are met, and then finding, what do I say, a project that really works for you with Rotary. I'm trying to remember. I was in fiscal year 2006-2007, I was elected president of this Rotary Club, so I'm very proud of that. And it really gave me an introduction to what was like very, very important to me in the club. And it's our Rotaract Interact high school students. So I was very proud to take on Etiwanda High School in the beginning. They had 88 high school students in Interact, which is like an incredible number. So Interact is for high school students, and they have a Rotary liaison, which was myself for Etiwanda High School and Altaloma. And we put together our signature projects, for example, the track meet, where we use the Interact students to help us put on the track meet for roughly 500 fifth grade students. So it's just a wonderful opportunity to interact with youngsters and make yourself feel younger and good for the community.
And teaching them about service.
And definitely teaching them about service, about leadership, about giving. It's just phenomenal. You know, what can you, there's nothing bad about Rotary, that's for sure.
So I've been a Rotarian for almost 30 years now. And my experience is that Rotary is an enriching, life-enriching type of an organization. You meet a lot of people that you may not have otherwise met, create friendships. You also get to help not only locally, but regionally and internationally. So it's a nice group of a project. So in my year, I think the thing that, and there were lots of things that we did, but one of the things I really liked is we initiated a corporate sponsorship program, and we're able to raise a significant amount of money, which we then used for projects. We did projects with Stove Team and Shelter Box, which were outside of our norm. So we kind of increased.
What's a shelter box?
Shelter Box is emergency shelters that are dispatched to areas impacted by tragedies, whether it's a hurricane or an earthquake or that type. And it's an emergency shelter. I think it holds, you know, up to 8 people. So it's a nice emergency, you know, living quarters. In Haiti, where they had the terrible earthquake, there are a lot of people still living in them, and that's, what, 10, 15 years later. Sure, I recommend it all the time. It's kind of become harder and harder to convince people, I think, to join, but you know, it allows you to give back, and it allows you to help in multiple areas. You know, the local community, from the local schools, which we can help, and local children, to, you know, statewide or worldwide. And the international portion is something, I mean, we have an outreach and a reach that's really significant. I mean, we can do anything anywhere, whether that's, we have a school in Africa which we fund, and Rotary International with their foundation, and the fact that every dollar that gets contributed to Rotary gets spent, so there is no fees or costs to run the organization. That's very unique.
Very unique, unusual, and everywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
So your dollar goes to work.
Yep. 1 year later, it gets spent. So it's great.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Earl.
Thank you.